Hey, what up, everybody? Sorry about the delay. How's the music doing? All right. So yeah, Bitcoin on the screen. Some pump action occurring over the past, call it 36 hours or so. Just been up only. So love to see it, right? As far as price action goes here, it's kind of more of our zoomed out view, right? What we've been watching since really we had this double bottom June 20th and July 20th, the 20s, double bottom on the 20s. Okay. We rallied up. We painted this additional harmonic here, Batley type harmonic, and we since then have sent price up to new highs, right? We had so we hit the new high October 20th, 66, basically 67,000, right? And then we had this partial decline on up to October basically 29th here, where we painted this hidden bullish divergence that we were watching, right? So it's where we have this negative momentum island and then a much larger negative momentum island, okay, going to the downside, right? And at the same time, lining up with those, you had a higher low on price, okay? Where this large momentum island is, it lines up with this higher low, okay? So that was our hidden bullish divergence, and we are now since getting the play out of said hidden bullish divergence. And just so we know, just to note, you had the hidden bullish divergence here on the RSI at the same time you had it on the MACD, okay? So hidden bullish divergence on multiple oscillators. Okay, moving along. Looking back left a little bit, I'm gonna paint what was the previous all-time high, right? And you can see where we are, okay? So not only did we first reject this, right, as resistance back on April 14th, and we had the first major sell-off, right? But we then rejected again on October 21st, and we had the partial decline, right, to paint the hidden bullish divergence. Well, look, we are now back at this exact level, okay? So this is good to see. Very bullish here. I mean, anything, if we can get above basically 65, and we're basically at 65.2 right now. So, I mean, it's possible that we sell back off just a wee bit, but nothing too crazy, right? Just, again, like say some kind of little partial decline, but end up right back above this level. I mean, that's going to be key. It's not really if we get this wick below. It's more about this follow through price action that we would get to the upside, okay? So that being said, let's watch for this level, right? So critical level. So now that we know where that's coming from, we're going to zoom in a little bit here, okay? So here was our hidden bullish divergence down here, 28th of October. And this line was the previous all-time high, okay? It's not so bad. We'll put it in blue. All right. So what we have going on now is we had this, I mean, pretty clear area here, right? Where price, like, rejected again very clearly, and then rejected again. And now that we got back here this final time, you just fully engulfed. And what you really did is you didn't do it quite yet, but you have a square up right here, right? 65,000, 66,000. So you would figure you're going to tap that real quick. If you were to have a little partial decline here, even if, right? Just like we thought maybe we'd have this little sell-off. Just like you did right here, right? Little sell-off and then the next rally. So a little sell-off and then the next rally, right? It's fine. If that were to occur, right, that partial decline, if it were to occur, you figure it would not occur until this level was tapped, right? So we'd come up here, make one slightly higher low, and then have this like swing high failure, right? And then we'd sell back off. We'd paint again, we'd paint a higher low here, another hidden bullish divergence could develop here, right? And then that's where you're talking about that again, that 1, 2, low time frame, 3 strikes, kind of, you know, the third time's the charm, right? Rule of 3. Okay. So think of that and keep that in mind. But that being said, either way, we're in for much lower prices here. So sitting pretty comfortable in a long. So we could weather a little bit of a partial decline, right? But harmonically, is that a word? Hopefully it is. Because it should be. There you go. All right. 72,589 would complete this harmonic. Big old bullish, bearish butterfly. I don't know where you want it. Right there. So the thing about the butterfly is it has a completion zone between the 1272 and the 1618. Okay, so what this means is we can have a fib. We can fib from the X right here to the A low. Okay, and the completion zone starts at the 1272 and goes to the 1618. So anything in this zone here is live. Okay, so you can see here, whoops, let's move this back. You can see here, this is the 1272. The pink is the 1414, red, whatever, and then the 1618 in white. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clear the fib, but we'll keep the box. Okay, so anything in this box is what we're talking about between the 1272 and the 1618. So that means the harmonic could look like this. Okay, and you can get a partial decline from here, or it can come all the way up here and you can get the partial decline like this. Okay, and it would make sense to run up like that, get into this buy zone or into this box, right? Area of interest right here, right? It would make sense to run up into this and then end up back testing the previous all-time high, right, as support, and then running back up to finally even higher. Because look, anything here is going to be the new all-time high already. But I don't think that we're not at the point here where we're calling this the top. We're just calling this a local area of interest before we, wick some people out and then make our way to higher prices. Okay, this is just normal stuff. All right, what we're really looking for, if you care to know, is up here. All right, these are the three. Okay, so look how close we are. And this butterfly is basically going to hit the first target. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if this didn't just go up here and tap it, right? And then come back down. You'll see this on ETH. Right now, I'll show this to you on ETH. Again, we've been following ETH. So look, you're going to hit your completion zone. You're going to have this minor reaction, but then you're going to go up above it slightly. This is like the optimal entry area, and that's where you're going to touch this, and then you get your little sell-off. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? Okay, but anyways, that is definitely target 1. All right, so we get this partial decline, we rally again. This time we get above that target 1 and we rally and we get target 2. Maybe you back test target 1. Okay, make this head and shoulders, brah, and then we nuke it again. And we go to even higher prices, right? And this This is Valhalla, okay? This is the one that, I mean, dare we say we're talking about, you know, $86,000 Bitcoin, but if we get that fortunate event to occur, I'm going to be very hard pressed opening any longs in this area, okay? I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I mean, we'll see when we get, you know, more data, right? We'll see how all this plays out, right? There's a lot of room, a lot of vacant space here, right? That, you know, where the last time we've collected data is down here. So we have all this room between here and here of vacant space, okay? So that being said, you know, if for some reason we paint like some sick hidden bullish divergence right here or whatever, you know what I mean? It's probably coming from up here, but anyways, and we see some continuation, then maybe we'll take another long shot here. But I don't know. It's probably just going to be a simple trade, right? And then we short again. So I'm going to get awfully bearish if I ever say that word out of my mouth, okay? I just have that feeling. All right? We'll figure it out when we get there, though. But ultimately, that would be how the plan would play out if I were to kind of envision it since now. All right, so that's the plan. Zooming back in, you can see what you're working with here. And I mean, even a little, I don't know that you really did it or not yet, but even a back test of this level, you know, you kind of just engulfed right over it, right? So it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities to just bleed back off and have this, make a little bull flag action, right? And then continue again, right? With another wave up. You see that? Bull flag. That one was almost flaggish drawing, right? Nice little flaggy drawing, right? Like that flag. Okay. Anyways, moving along. All right. So this all kind of happened because we were looking at this hidden bullish divergence right here, okay? And not only did we have it on the MACD, but we talked about we had it on the RSI as well. And now, look, since that hidden bullish divergence, all you did was backtest this downsloping trend line, paint the hidden bullish divergence, okay? And once you did that, you've now bottomed, you've now bottomed and then kind of higher low double bottomed, right? And then you broke above the 50% area, the 50, right, of the RSI, the relative strength midpoint. And then now you've broken above the 60, right? Look at this, extremely bullish, okay? So very good sign here. If you can maintain above this, that would be awesome. And then just, you know, this is plenty of room to run here, okay? So yeah, this is great to see on the RSI, extremely bullish. So now we basically had all of that going on and we overlapped it with this, right? So back to our Bitcoin dominance, all right? We came up and we hit target 1, the A, right? We hit the A target. And we spoke about this, all right? We hit the A target here. Boom. We have this partial sell-off, okay? Partial decline. And now we've painted hidden bullish divergence on that partial decline. Exactly how we get our next wave up, okay? Look at this. Oh, it was on the daily. I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong time frame here. All right. So this one, it's because this chart was much more massive. We were zoomed out a little further, okay? So this one comes from the daily hidden bullish divergence, where you have this initial low, right? This initial low is basically any of this stuff. I'm just giving you your highest point here, okay? It's really even more like here, but whatever. We'll give you the highest point of it. And since then, you've painted a much higher low on price with much lower levels of negative momentum, okay? So hidden bullish divergence, and look, as soon as that happened, what happened? You painted the swing low failure, where you had a low on price, a slightly low on price, and then a slightly higher low on price, and it was almost, look at this, it was almost a tweezer double bottom, but it was a slightly higher low. So swing low failure at the hidden bullish divergence, and follow through price action with an engulfing candle. So this is very, very bullish price action structure here. Likely this time, okay, zooming back out, likely this time we're going to come up here and we're going to test this C high this time, okay? The C high gives you 49.29% Bitcoin dominance, okay? And likely what we were thinking is when we get into this level, okay, we would see Bitcoin's price action around 72,500 in between this level, okay? In between 47 and 49% dominance, we'd like to see a price of around 72,500. So moving back to where we were, okay, that 72,500 basically aligns with our butterfly. So 72,500 is exactly our butterfly's D, 1618, okay? So that's where we're getting this figure, okay? Somewhere in this range here is where this figure is going to appear, all right? Okay. But I mean, even that being said, let's go back to the daily here. Even if we get this, right? I mean, yes, there's still potential for more. There's definitely, you know, we have another target up here where Bitcoin hits that ultimate 86,000, I don't know, 500 below conservative, 200 bucks. This is just a ballpark figure, okay? We don't really care about that exact 86,000. We just care about getting somewhere in this vicinity. And very likely, if we were to get in this vicinity, okay, we would paint this high, and then we paint this slightly higher high on price. And this is where we would paint bearish divergence, okay? And likely the party would come crashing back down. All right, so this is definitely in our area of interest. But of course, this one's first, right? This one's first. But we've been here. We've been here once. We've been here twice. So this is not like this is not foreign ground for us, right? This is we've been here recently, very recently. Okay. All right. Moving along, while we're at it, let's look at total. Okay, so here's total. So look, guys, man, remember this double bottom down here? Are you guys starting to, like, I know some of you are for sure, but I hope most of you are starting to, like, see things now as you've spent more and more time, you know, watching the streams and looking at charts. Now that you have some kind of pattern structure in mind, the way they play out, the way we do targets, the way we look for coinciding variables, you know, just seeing some kind of double bottom like this, higher low, neckline, breakout, back test, breakout, higher low, hidden bullish divergence, run again. You know what I mean? All this stuff, right? Are you guys, hopefully it's starting to resonate with you, but either way, one day it will come natural, all right? Anyways, moving along. Crypto total, you're currently sitting at 2.82 trillion. So we marked this, okay? We marked this little banner here, right here, okay? And we said this breakout is going to be the bait, right? This is the bait. It's bait time, okay? It's get the retail to FOMO in at the top. Look, it was down here at this double bottom. You know how many people I was telling? Not a ton, but you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell people, like, certain people, certain friends, right? Like, hey, bro, I think it's time you should probably, get some Ethereum, or, maybe you should load up on a little Bitcoin, or, whatever the case may be, right? And you're trying to explain to them why this is, a good time. And it ends up being like just, it feels like you're just talking on deaf ears, right? There's just nothing, just deer in the headlights. Nah, I'm good, bro. All they've been experiencing is this on TikTok, right? Or whatever. So you get all this rally, piquing their interest. Oh no, see, I knew it. I was right. This is bullshit, scam. And then here we go, pique the interest. Oh no, little scam. And then here, about right here, maybe even a little give them benefit down here. This is where they finally say, okay, bro, how do I get that ETH again? And it's like, fuck. I was down here, preaching to you, buy, nothing, right? And then market maker can send this all the way up here, and now you want to buy, like, I guess, but you know what I mean? Like, so look, market makers getting the retail to FOMO, because look what happened, guys. Exactly like we marked this, we broke out, break, hook, and go. Textbook, okay? So we're aiming for 2.89 to 2.97 trillion, and this is going to be a full W. We said if we get here, we get the W, okay? We're going to mark another W in the books. You know how many freaking W's we've been marking? Hope you guys are printing. If you're not, there's only simply one problem. You're over leveraged and over positioned. Your over leveraged position is causing your stop to be too close, and that's the market taking advantage of your mental stability, right? It's basically saying the one thing you're afraid of, which is losing money, being wrong in the trade, is the one thing that you're going to make sure comes true. And why is that? It's because your stop's too close. And why is that? It's because you're over leveraged. So all the things that you're afraid of, which is getting stopped out, losing money, the trade running without you, right? All these things, you're actually causing it to come true by over leveraging and over positioning. If you were just in a normal trade, like a normal person, I guess no, I shouldn't say it like that. If you were in a normal trade, like a robotic machine, you wouldn't do that, right? So you have to think methodically, robotically. You can't allow this retail FOMO-ness to get to you. And you can't let even overconfidence, which will bring with it greed, cause you to overposition, causing your stop to be too close, causing you to get tagged, and then the trade running without you, right? All the things you fear. So if you were just in a low leveraged, spot, 2x position, whatever, none of these little wicks down would cause you much grief, because your stop would be so much lower than that, right? Your stop would be down here still, right? You wouldn't be worried about this stuff. But when you're on 20x leverage, your stop's right there. So I don't know, just I hope you get the point I'm trying to make. All right, just don't cause yourself to miss out on everything because you have all these setups that are being given to you. Just let it happen, right? Your stack will grow if you just do it correctly, do it methodically, right? I know it's easier said than done, but that's literally the only thing you have to do right now. So play a game with yourself on how low of leverage can I use and how high can I let the trade run, okay? That's your new game, okay? All right. So here was our two basically we figured this one was, what do we call it? 72,000, we'll just say 500. Somewhere in this area, okay? And then we need about 3.472 trillion to get 86,000 Bitcoin. I don't know if my math is right on that. Somebody could do the math on that. I believe there's math to that. It's got to be some kind of equation. If Bitcoin's price was 86,000, what kind of market cap would you have to have? Then again, we said that Bitcoin's dominance, going back to the Bitcoin dominance, we just said that Bitcoin is going to suck most of the liquidity out of the market here, right? So as Bitcoin sucks liquidity out of the market, you know, do we really need a ton of more total? Because a lot of these alts are going to, you know, get purged into Bitcoin as people basically freak out, right? You're going to start freaking out. You're going to capitulate on your alts and you're going to sell the top because, or I mean, you're going to sell the bottom on your alts because Bitcoin's just going to be mooning, and you're going to try and move that money over into Bitcoin, but you're going to do it as Bitcoin's reaching the top, and then Bitcoin's going to nuke, and then maybe your alts get a little boost, but you're out of all of them, right? And then you bought Bitcoin at the top now. So I don't know. That's the point of what the market's going to attempt to do on this next rally. So try not to let that happen to you. Okay. Moving along, we have ETH. All right, look at this. This is crazy. Target 1 approaches, guys. I bet, I don't know. Remember, like, look when we marked this. July 14th. Down year. Price was $1,900. Okay, $1,900. Current price of Russian Ethereum, 4,700. 4,700. Okay. So, look, guys. The previous all-time high, see it? From May 12th, we have it marked, okay, up here. So I'm going to zoom in, and this top line is the previous all-time high. Look what we did. We back tested it, and now we're rallying, okay? So I'll see you at 5K. Yeah, maybe get a little small decline again, but whatever. Either way, I'll see you at 5K, right? Like this was the confirmation. Now we just need to follow through and hit the actual target, right? Target 1, $5,088 Russian Ethereum. Target 2, 54.80. Target 3, 6,000. So, all right, here's the thing. Russian Ethereum at 6,000 is basically, at that point, we're assuming that Bitcoin would be at the 86K whatever high as well, right? And that basically being the top. Again, we're not calling that yet. It's just, I mean, it's starting to play out that way, but you know, we still need more data. Okay, we still need more data. But, I mean, too much stuff's happening, okay? The signs are out there, right? It's written on the wall. This was the NFT cycle, right? You know, you've had previous cycles. You had the ICO cycles. You've had, you know, all these different various top indicating cycles, right? And this one's no different, right? Where people are printing stupid amounts of money on it. Look, I'm a fan of the NFTs. I'm not gonna hate on the NFTs. It's just not everyone could make money on pictures of rocks, okay? Some people can, sure, but when everybody's making money on it, that's when you have to go on high alert, okay? When the few that know how to make money on it are making money on it, that's not alerting or alarming, okay? That's just Chads being Chads, all right? That's always going to happen. But when everybody's making money on it, that's when you gotta be like, whoa, 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 right? Everywhere I go, people are talking about Shiba and Dodge and NFTs, and it just, you know, all you have all these celebrities, all their profile pics, you know, on our NFTs, and when the masses, when it gets that way, right? We do that on purpose. It's how we draw liquidity, but you can't allow the liquidity to get rich also, right? I mean, it's kind of counterproductive. So that being said, you got to keep them in there long enough where they want to come back again and do it again the next time, right? You can't scare them away, can't lose them, right? So just think about that a little bit, right? So as we approach these targets and we get up here to 6K ETH, I mean, man, for this to go up here, people are going to be losing their shit, right? 6K Russian Ethereum. Imagine, right? Imagine. So, it's just to continue up from here. It's just not. I'm not saying it's not possible. It just, it wouldn't make as much sense anymore. All right. When price was down here, and you had a high floor above you, or a high ceiling, and the floor was very close, right? On a stop, floor was very close, high upside. Well, now that price is here, your upside versus your now downside, right? The game's changed. You have very little upside, much greater downside risk potential, okay? So this is just setting itself up for a rugging, okay? Now we're not saying ETH is going to zero. We're not saying Bitcoin's going to go to zero. We're just saying there's always a flush, okay? There's always a proper flushing. That's all. So we're setting up for the next flushing. And I mean, what does it look like? Okay, you can see it right here, right in front of you, okay? If you look at this, you know, look at this structure right here, okay? You have this sell-off, and you basically have this big, this bottom, and this kind of second bottom, and within the second bottom, it was kind of a double bottom of itself, okay? And then you rally, okay? And you rally, and you rally, and you rally. So this is what you were looking for, all right? You want to see this double bottoming structure. So if I were to inverse this, brah, okay, so picture you rallying. You get this sell off, okay? And then you come all the way back up and you test that top, right? You get that double top, right? And then you sell off again, and at that second double top, you almost double top again, okay? And then you just absolutely bomb out, right? So, that being said, let's look at it up here, okay? So, I'll flip it again. Here it comes, right? Here comes the initial impulse down, right? Initial impulse down. Then we have this partial decline, and then we hit that double bottom, and then we partial decline again, and then we almost hit the double bottom again. But this one's slightly less than this one, okay? And then from there, we just give all these targets back, okay? All right, so let's go inverse it back and look at this. Okay? So this is what we're watching for. All right? This is what we're watching for. Some kind of like 3 falling peaks with a neckline, a break, back test it, and just absolute devastation. Okay? This is the kind of structure that we're looking for. And again, you've seen this story before. Look at it right here. Okay? 1, 2, 3, that neckline, break, back test, and then devastation. Okay, so this price action structure right here, you're currently sitting right here. Okay, you are here. You still get to do this. Here's where you sell. Confirmation, slightly lower low. Okay, once we fail to stop putting in higher lows, we sell. There's this back test. Those of you that failed to sell here, you can get out on this confirmation. But, you know, yeah, that's a story. Okay, that's the story. All right, moving along. I know we spent a lot of time on the majors, but we'll go through the shit coins a lot faster. It's just, you know, the majors, the macro, it delegates a lot of what happens on the shit coins anyway, so it's important to cover. All right, we'll move on. Litecoin. Zoomed out here. Okay, Litecoin, nothing's really changed, guys. Nothing has really changed here, okay? You're just sitting right here at the entry. We're expecting at some point for Litecoin to give us a nice pop into this golden zone, which is marked in the double green area. So the golden zone being between 225 and basically 300. So if we can get into that area, we'll be cooking, right? Ideally, you know, you have a definite area of interest right here at the previous B. See how this was the previous B over here? Okay. So that's definitely going to be an area of interest that on your way up, you're going to come and you're going to test that area and you'll probably consolidate there. And if you can breach that, right, that's how you know you can get the top side of this. All right, so watch for that. Litecoin. Maker. Oh, I wonder who sold their maker. Anybody? Anybody? All right, check this out. We marked this little ribbon. Look where we marked this shit. Look at this. Price was right at the bottom, at the back test, right? We said if you're selling this, you are not going to make it. What happened after the back test? You marked up in price 56%. Now what are you doing? Well, look at this. Man, I mean, no, it's not hidden bull, it's convergence, right? You're converging to the same direction now, okay? So it's possible that you can get another little glimpse up, okay? But you also hit this critical area, right? Which we have marked from the square up back here looking left. You're back at that same area. So for Maker, you either need to get above this 31 area, and if you want continuation, if not, you're going to have a partial decline here, and you're going to reset, and then on the next time you'll get above it, okay? So it's one or the other, but this is definitely a critical area that you are at right now, 30,075, and you're literally 30,075, okay? Or 30,085 is the critical area. You're at 30,075. So either way, very critical area. Watch out on Maker. Inch. We had this bearish bat, right? Bearish bat. We hit the 886 up here, where on the bearish bat XABCD pattern, you had the X, right? Initial high, impulse down, paint the A, 50%. Between the 382 and the 50% retrace on B, you got the 382. You sell off between the 382 and the 886, you got the 786, and then you rally back up to the 886, you got the 886 bearish bat, sell off, B target, okay? So that was nice to see. Currently on Inch, you're painting hidden bullish divergence. Looks like that target's done, okay? So now where are we? Hidden bullish divergence on Inch. Okay, so it's likely we see a rally. You have a square up at $6. So Inch, I would like to see you right there. Okay, so if I were an incher, I would want a 3-to-1. I'd probably use this as my stop. So that gives you almost 2-to-1, but that'd be your trade right there. So you could have a second target, try and get a little more out of this, and get, you know, maybe if you go to the 4-hour, there's nothing there. 6-hour, was it there? Nope. 2-hour. There it is. Okay, sorry guys. I was just getting you your square up area here on a lower time frame, giving you a second target like this. And that gives you 2-to-1. So 1.75 to 1 and 2-to-1 on your money. So not bad, not the best, not the worst, but that's, you might get a decent little trade there on Inchy with mild, I mean mild downside risk. Ideally you don't want to see this wick low back here on October 24th at 3.69 get touched. Okay, if so, you'd probably be looking at some nasty things happening, and you probably exit the trade with a, you know, potential 20% loss, but willing to risk to gain 35% or 43%. Okay, so there's probably better ones out there, but that's how it looks right now. Okay, that's how it looks right now. AVE, this looks better than what we just looked at on Inch. Why? Look where we are. Critical area. This is the previous A and C high that you can see was critical resistance. We're now using it as support. So like literally you can almost ape in right here and bring the stop up to like right there and have massive 12, 13 to 1. I mean, even targeting back down here, that's still 5 to 1. Okay, so that would be much better trade right now on AVE than it would be on whatever else we just looked at. Yeah, AVE's up 1.6% on the day. Looking pretty nice for long. Easy invalidation. Yeah. Easy invalidation. Decent target. Okay, moving along. AVAX blew past the target. And now, okay, so this one's out. Now what we'd be doing, we'd be targeting from C low to D high. Okay, there's that 1618. You've hit that one. Okay. And we would do the same thing again, but we bring it from the A high. Okay, so our next area of interest at this point would be the 1414 at $92, and then the 1618 up here at 97.63. Okay, so those would be the next targets on AVE if you were still in an AVE long. Nothing yet diverging bearishly, so likely that you'll see 91 and 97 on AVE here shortly. BNB. All right, BNB, look at this. You have hit the deep retrace area, and this is a deep retrace from high to low, guys. It's from up here, from the high to low. Okay, you've hit between the 786 and the 886, the deep retrace. So at this point, you're not painting the bearish divergence yet, but you're building it. Okay, so it's likely what you would probably see here is a sell-off like this, but then a slightly higher high here, and maybe you paint it right here, and then you get the real sell-off. Okay, and that's sometimes, you know, where you get this XA. Let's give you like a 382, something like this. This could even be like a cipher, 786, right? Something like this. So we can watch out for some cipher-esque, and this makes sense to backtest this previous 786 area, right? In this deep retrace, bounce around in there, jump out of it, hit this, you know, this This high side could go as high as a 1272. So it'd be about 700. Look, 700. 694. And that would be a textbook bullish cipher. Like that. Okay. And you'd look to relong back in this 786 area down here. Okay. So let's see how BNB paints that out. All right. Dogi. Look, we called this back down here. We said the dog below 20 cents. Back here it was 19.195, 19.5 cents on September 29th. You're currently sitting at 27 cents, and you're probably painting hidden bullish divergence, and you're painting hidden bullish divergence. Where we have much lower levels of negative momentum with a higher low on price. Okay. Continuation to the upside, imminent stop can be raised to about 21.25. Target back up here 35 cents. Okay. And this time, I mean, who knows? You hit it a third time, you're either gonna, I mean, this 1272, you can probably take this even to the 1618 and still be a valid butterfly here. So this trade here could potentially look something like this. Okay, there you go. Bring this 3-to-1 pretty much. So you'd be using this previous like area as protection and targeting 40 cents next area of interest on the dog. FTT, as long as you're above that 61.63 line, whatever, 61.67 that we have marked right here, where you can clearly see was resistance, and now we've broken through it. It's likely that you backtest this as support at some point, but as long as we do that, you're gonna see $80 FTT, because yeah, that's your protection right there. Okay, so that's what you want to see. I mean, you don't even need the back test. You just don't want to see it lost like this, right? As resistance. That is the no-no, okay? That's the no-no. So as long as you're above this, you can send up to our 886 and complete this, you know, massive harmonic here, bearish bat. Moving along to Link. See, Link's basically doing the exact same thing we just said on FTT, where you have an area, critical support resistance area, looking back left, you are now above it and engulfed above it. This last previous 12-hour candle is engulfing. Okay, Link's up 3% on the new day, but look at this area of resistance. So if you can get above this and break above this area, this would be, you'd be cooking. Okay, and not only that, you have a square up right at $35. So it's likely that you would breach above this area and go right to that 35, maybe back test 33, and then get above 35 and rally up to 40. Okay, so let's watch. We'll mark this area here on Link. We'll make it white. Oops, that's gray. We'll make it white. And as long as we're above that white line, we are solid, okay? And the square up, we will mark right here in green. And so if above the white, you go straight to the green, okay? And maybe you, maybe you bounce around between those two areas a little bit. But if you can get above the green, you can go up to 40, okay? Link. Look at this mess on GRT. Maybe we daily did this. Did we do this on the daily? No, 12 hour. Okay, guys. Yeah, nice big old dragon. Okay, so GRT, you're just continuing to go up. All right. So we have a golden zone approaching. Whoops. Excuse me. Golden zone approaching. Hidden bullish divergence painted. Okay, so right here to here, we have again much lower levels of negative momentum, and we have a much higher high on price. Okay, so we're starting to get this trade to, you know, play out in our favor. Okay, so again, we have a pretty critical area here. I don't know, you could even argue that the critical area is a little lower and that we've breached it already, and are back testing it, right? Being how previous area, how we closed on the 26th and how you wicked up to it on the 31st on Halloween. Yeah, you attempted to engulf through on the 5th, but you failed, back tested it as resistance. But now you had to follow through price action. So again, it's not about the falling below, it's about the follow through. And the follow through has us above. But again, it's not about breaking above, because we could fall back below. It's about follow through well above. So that's our area to hold. And from there, you'd say bouncing between these areas here, that if you can get above the top one, you could then see the golden zone, which is between 136 and 192, okay, on GRT. But this is kind of, you know, we're saying that we should get some more upside. Moving along to bat. Bat was similar to inch, 1 inch, inchy, where you painted the bat on bat. Okay, bearish bat, you sold off, you hit the B target, previous B high target, and now you're just consolidating there. And let's see what you're doing there. Okay, so target hit, this stop's irrelevant, this is your target, and right now, as I figured, you're painting hidden bullish divergence. Okay, it's not fully developed. You could continue selling off a little bit. There's a square up at 0.88. Okay, so it's possible you paint one more slightly lower low right here, and then you come back above this. Okay, this like deviation to your what you have going on here, right? A little deviate out, get back in, and then rally. But that being said, you're still painting hidden bullish divergence. Okay, so, and you see how you'll continue to paint it even if you come here. You have to invalidate it like this. All right, so anything in here is still hidden bullish divergence. This is why you can't over leverage. Okay, it's not fully developed. All right, let's look at the 8-hour. Okay, on the 8-hour looks a little better because you're now starting to wane much more towards positive momentum. So it would look like this on the 8-hour, almost more like this, okay, at the low. And 6-hour, even better, right? You're playing out a little better, but you're starting, I don't know, you're starting to turn for the worse again. 4-hour. So you painted the positive momentum on the 4-hour, but nothing really developed, and you stayed below that critical area. So yeah, maybe you sell off again here, and this just ends up being right here. Okay, and then you try it again, you end up above $1, and that's where it's critical at this point. Getting a bat above $1 is critical here. Okay, Shiba shitcoin. Look, last time you painted hidden bullish divergence, you sent it. Are we painting hidden bullish divergence again? Survey says yes. Hidden bullish divergence, Shiba shitcoin on both the MACD and the RSI. Okay. Okay, Shiba up coin. Shiba up coin. So now that we found our catalyst, okay, just for shits and giggles, we'll just bring it over here. We know what we're looking at. XA. Could almost say it was here, but we'll call it here. B, 50%. Okay, this is looking bat-ish. We want 886. Ooh, 786. So again, this is that dang bullish batley where you have the you get the 50% on the B, but then you get the 886 on the D. So it's like a bullish batley. Okay, so this could be fully in development, or maybe you just get this slightly lower low and you hit this like this 886 area. Okay, it wouldn't be slightly, but this is how a bat would look. Okay, and you'd still paint the hidden bull. I mean, it's definitely possible, right? Definitely possible that you sell off one more time here, as you know, maybe Bitcoin resets itself for the next rally. But either way, you're basically good for a long between here and here. Okay, so this is the long entry area. So if you can get anything in this zone, you load up on it and you go. All right, ICP. Looks like we're rallying on ICP here. Okay, so ICP, you had a buy zone, 886. This was a cipher. Okay, bullish cipher. Bullish cipher. Nice little buy zone. Is it possible you get a second attempt here? I mean, yeah, of course. You get this low, lower low, higher low, right? That would be, you know, a gift area, right? Nice gift. If you can get yourself some of that, set some alerts, right? And then you eventually you're looking for 77 and basically 87, okay? ICP. The previous A and C high of the harmonic are your targets. You basically can still have the stop where it's at, or you can have the stop below the 786 because that was a pretty solid fib level, and you can see that critical fib by doing this. 786 in blue here, okay? Critical fib level. All right, moving along. Sol, SOL. Shit out of luck. Sol, okay, look, so on Sol we've now hit a low time frame. You can see I can move it here, X, A, B, C, D. We've hit a low time frame harmonic. This is where, again, on ETH, same thing, we were talking about this, where Bitcoin might do this as well. Oh shoot, sorry, I meant to do this. Okay, where Sol comes up and it hits the 1618, okay? You hit the target, you have this little sell-off, and then you rally back up again to paint this optimal entry, and now you're selling off. So if Sol gets below that 237 number, you got to watch out, okay? If it gets below this and you have follow through down, you're going to come all the way back down here, okay? So it's critical that you stay above this, all right? Stay above this if you want higher prices, all right? Critical area. You need to stay above 250, whatever, 245. Okay? 250. All right. But ideally, I mean, let's look at the divergence here. Yeah, see, you're probably not going to hold. I've seen it turn before, but you're painting bearish divergence on, on both the RSI and the MACD 3 times, where you have lower levels of relative strength and positive momentum, and at the same time you are painting higher highs on price. This is class A bearish divergence. Get wrecked. Data. All right, we came up, hit a target. Painting hidden bullish divergence. Yes, we are. Okay, we had a low on negative momentum island low and a much lower level of negative momentum, and we've painted a higher low on price. You're starting to get follow through to the upside. Target here 970 is next. So if I were here and I was along and I went to 970, and my stop would want to be about 2 to 1, 3 to 1, anywhere about here. There's your trade, 30% on theta. XRP looks like you're starting to play out again on XRP. Take profit here. Don't get greedy. That would be $1.69, 786. You'd be painting a nasty little Gartley's bite. Okay, so I mean, you're printing. I don't know what to tell you. The trade's playing out. Tezzies. Starting to turn. Painted the hidden bull. I think this on the daily. It's close. It's there. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily, but yeah, this has been, we've been watching this for a while, and looks like if we can just get back above this pretty critical area here, we'll be in good shape. Okay, so that's at about 680. So get above 680 and you could see price back at 850. Okay, get above 680 and you could get back to 850. Comp. Okay, comp. Here was our buy zone down here. You're back tested the buy zone. Hidden bullish divergence is definitely there. Okay. Hidden bullish divergence has painted on comp. All right. So for comp, we need to flip this level, which is 450. Okay. So we're looking at comp to get above 450 and hold, which is the previous C and A high target area anyways. Hang out in that area, get back above those, and then we can see 850 if we get lucky and we get a little bit of a rally on comp. Okay. Compy. Ethereum Classic. Here you go. 3 targets. You're inside of the entry area. Stop loss. You don't want to see price below 36, basically. And yeah, you're looking pretty solid here. Targets looking like they want to play out on Ethereum Classic. You're up 3, or you're up 1.5% on the day, but yeah, looking decent here. Love to see it. Target 1 is the previous C and A highs here. Target 2 comes from the previous X high of the yellow cipher or yellow bearish bat. And then target 3 is kind of a moonshot, which is squaring up deep retrace from the entire structure. Okay. YFI, you're holding above critical area. Okay. See how we had the hidden bullish divergence here, but now it's still there. And looks like this is looking pretty good here. See how now you've turned the momentum the other way, where it was coming at you and now it's, you know, you've flipped momentum. You're approaching this 60% line here on the relative strength. So if you can get above that, that's going to be really nice to see. Again, we wanted you to just move price up above the 37K area And that would be a nice breakout area for YFI. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. ETH. What is ETH doing? Let's go back to ETH real quick. Breaking news. ETH. Printing. Oh God. Look at this. Target 1 in sights. Guys, we are 7% away. How it started, look, when we started, target 1 was a moonshot. From the tweet, target 1 was 172% away. Currently, you're sitting 7% away from that. Okay? Oof. Oof. Bears down horrendous. Bears down horrendous. Okay. We were at Wi-Fi, so now we're on DOT. DOT has kind of played out. Look at this, guys. DOT from the entry area to the take profit target area. I mean, you've done it. You've did it. So at this point, all we did now is we're fibbed from the high to low, and we're targeting, 1618 up here. That's where we have this $72 target. Okay, it's on the 1618. See that? 72. So if you can hold above 48, it's possible you can see 72. Okay, you gotta hold above this area in order to get up here. Okay, what you don't want to see is falling below this area, back testing it as resistance, right, and then selling off. That's going to be the end of it. So you want to hold this area as support and rally to the upside pronto. NEM has hit local low targets of this bat 886. There it was right there. Okay, that's why we don't do duration. You see how it happened faster, and you see how by me just simply moving it back into place, it's still perfectly valid. The duration was not a factor in this bearish bat. And look, and you're selling off. Okay, and now you're selling off. All right, so it's likely you back test, maybe this previous B high or this 18-cent area. So something basically kind of in this zone. Okay, you sell back off, paint your way in here, rally again. Okay, because you still have the rest of this golden zone. You haven't really been into it yet. You breached it slightly. Okay. DYDX. Look at this. Got in the buy zone a little bit. Okay, enough. Enough is enough. She gives and she takes. Okay, so targets on this. Look at how this momentum, guys. Look at this momentum shifting structure. You have to be aware of this. Low, lower low, lower low. 3 times bullish divergence with tail end RSI bullish divergence. Holy, I know we were talking about this shit. Come on, there's no way we didn't talk about this. 3x bull div with that tail end. We had it marked. How do we not talk about this? Look what's happening. Double bottom. Look at this. Zoom it in. Bring it in, boys. Zoom it in. All right. We have this low on price, right? Sorry. Gosh. Another slightly higher low on price. We had this like neckline structure. And you broke, back tested it, and now you're engulfing it. Engulfed all of it. Okay, so like, yeah, this is good. Good. Very likely to see you at this next square up here. next would be right here. And again, this is going to be a little bit of a golden zone in itself, because you can fib this from high to low, and you could find a golden zone right here, followed by a deep retrace. Okay, there you go. DYDX. H bar, what do you know? Same thing. See at the 886. Okay, maybe you get a little bit of a back test of this, right? Bear pull, bear flag, hold, and then go again, right? H bar. Dash, you need to get above 210. Okay, you're working on something with dash, but you need to get above 210. That previous B anchor point, you can see it was resistance looking back left. So critical dash gets above 210. If you get above 210 and hold, see at 300. $4,700 ETH. Crazy. All right, Ocean, you already hit a target, but looks like you're probably paying hidden bull. Let's see. Partial decline, hidden bull. It's screaming. Oh, I'm wrong. Bullish convergence. Bullish convergence. Bullish convergence. Bullish convergence. Let's see if we're above the 60. You're approaching it. If you can get above that, that'll be pretty bullish. Right there. Okay. Room to run. Above critical previous resistance area. Flip support. Okay. Back tested and flipped another little local area into support, right? So stay above 90 cents. At least you're going to get back to the square up at $1.20. Okay. You have a little square up right there, $1.20. And at that point, you might start painting, some X, A, B, C, D type stuff. Okay. So watch out. Ocean. BTT, get above basically about 4,000 sats, and you'll be cooking. Okay, that's critical area, huge target. Okay, get above 44,000 sats, and then you'll be on to something. SRM, you are just above the buy zone, but approaching this critical neckline. Okay, you need to get above that $8. It's like $8.15. Okay, so let me delete this. Get above this 8.15 area. All right, so maybe you sell back off just a little bit, but if you can get back up here, okay, this is what we want to see. All right, yeah. SRM, V chain, vet. Okay, look, we marked this. We said get above here, back test it, right? Back test it, and then rally. So looks like you are in an area where you could be doing this very soon. Okay, look how this was a critical area. We marked it. You broke when you got to it. You really broke through it, and now you're just kind of bleeding back off. So as long as we hold this, I mean, you came up and tagged that B area again, which makes sense that you're just like hanging out between these two areas, right? So if these areas can hold and you can get it back above, right? That's what you want to see. V chain. AXS, I think we're looking at this on the 4 hour. Sorry. 4 hour, yep. So again, look guys, this is that butterfly where I told you between the 1272 and the 1618. 1272 was here. 1272. You basically got the 1272 and you're starting to sell off. So if I invert this, you see what I mean? And if we were a down sloping trend line here, you don't want to break that. Okay, so bearishly you need a, or for your bullish scenario, you need to hold that. Okay, so if you come back and tap it, you need to hold it and continue to climb, right? That's how you can get this, 1618 area. If you fall below this and backtest this, I mean, it might be over. Okay, so watch out on AXS. Rune, you came up, you got the golden zone, and you got the deep retrace. Excuse me. So yeah, got the golden zone. Okay, and you tagged the 786. So what are we talking about there? We're fibbing from previous high to low, and you can see the deep retrace area between the 786 and the 886. You got the 786. Okay, so 786 is Gartley, so we might have a Gartley. We might be X A B C D. So this is, again, right now it'd be a Batley. Okay, bearish Batley at the moment. All right, why? Because again, on the B we got the 50% retracement. If it was a Gartley, if this was a Gartley, you'd wanted to see a 618. Okay, like this, slightly higher, which, I mean, it was close, guys, it was close. But being the not a bat, and why is it a Lee? The Gartley part is we got perfect 786 on the D. So this would be potential catastrophic sell-off. Yeah, and this does not look good for an oscillator reader. You are bearishly diverging on the MACD and on the RSI. All right, not good. So you need to invalidate this quick. And how would you invalidate this? You'd have to rally and get above all this, right? You need to quickly invalidate. If not, you're gonna find yourself back down here, maybe even running the stop. Okay, watch out. GBTC, we're expecting, due to our move up on Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin's price hit, like, what did it hit? 60, what was the high? 65,680. So 65,680 means that it's possible that we get a gap up here, right? Gap up, do some BS, maybe hit this next target if we can get, the 72 or the 86 on Bitcoin. That's how we're gonna need. That's what we're gonna need to do to get up there on GBTC. Okay, guys, we are back to Bitcoin. Again, we're talking about, oh look, we're at that previous all-time high again, and we're like back below it. You see this? Well, not quite. We're right at it though. So we got to be careful here. We talked about if we fall below this, we can backtest 63. Okay, so 63,000 would be this backtest area here. Okay, so you got to stay above 65. You got to stay above 65 to continue up. Okay, if we lose 65, we could see 63. Okay, Russian Ethereum. If we see 63 on Bitcoin, it's likely we see 44 possible on Russian Ethereum. It's possible, guys. It's possible, because this thing's so again, like, just let's see the daily. Yeah, see what I mean? I knew there was gonna be something just dramatically, devastatingly scary. Okay, this is bad. Okay, see all this up only shit and just continuing to paint lower levels. You see that? That's not good. The only thing saving your ace here is that little bit of an RSI breakout. Okay, only thing saving your ace from absolute collapse here. Okay, so watch out on ETH. Target is very close. The upside left is minimal. Okay, stop losses should be, profits should be taken, stop losses should be taken, especially if you have entries from, much lower levels. Because yeah, guys, this could, yeah, see 1618 area is here. So yeah, watch out, be aware. Okay, same thing here. You need to keep this above 65. Okay, you're holding on to 65 for dear life right now. Okay, so all right, well, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Went for an hour and a half. Duck has a flight to San Antonio in a few hours, so I will be posting some updates when I get to Texas. Cool. All right, well, Duck is out. Peace.